Well, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I choose to rejoice and be glad there in it. Truly, we thank God for another opportunity to be here once again on this Citadel experience. I am Pastor P.Reschard Sr. I am senior pastor of the Citadel of Life Church here in the city of Pembroke Township, where we live life and we live it abundantly. We do count it a privilege. We count it an honor to be here on this morning, no matter where you are in the country. We are just glad to have you, no matter where you are in the country, no matter where you are in the world. I hope a whole lot of people are safe. I know lot of a lot of places in around the country, especially in the south, the southeast, and the southwest, are still dealing with the snow and the weather, and we just thank God. We are praying for you for your safety. We thank God that you are here. I know a lot of churches are still closed due to this horrific weather, but I do thank you, those that didn't make the choice, those that made the option to hang out with us. I do not take this privilege lightly. On behalf of my wife, Pastor Felicia Sherrill, we greet you in divine love. I do want to take this opportunity to continue to thank you for your continued support on this Citadel experience. Um, thank you for the ones who make a choice to hear us every Sunday morning at 7:25 a.m. and then come right back every Wednesday at 6:55 p.m. I We realize a whole lot of things you could be doing, whole lot of things you could be doing, but you have made the choice to hang out with us. Please definitely drop us a line. Drop us a line. Use our website. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But definitely drop a line with us at Citadel of Life 3 at gmail.com. Citadel of Life 3 at gmail.com. And then also those that have been emailing us, those that have been messaging us saying um, that you want to give, but we didn't have a way to give to advance. Well, that option is now available. Those of you all that have Cash App, it is on the screen. Please, ma'am, please, sir, avail yourself to our Cash App address, which is the money sign Citadel of Life number 3. Cash App sign again is the money symbol Citadel of Life 3. No matter the amount, great or small, it is appreciated, and it definitely will go to the work of the kingdom that God has assigned to us. So we thank you in advance for what you can give and what you will give to advance the kingdom of God. Amen. As you do know, we are we are going through the book of Psalms. We're going through the book of Psalms. I trust, and I hope and pray that you are enjoying these this Psalms experience with us. Since January, we'll be dealing with something from Psalms every Sunday, every Wednesday. Me and my wife will be, no matter where what we're dealing with, we will be dealing with Psalms, and I hope and pray that this experience has been a great experience. I hope you are enjoying it as well as I am. I hope you are sharing the joy. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us here on this Facebook page, my personal page, P.Reschard Senior, and then the Citadel of Life page on Facebook, and then also we are on YouTube. We are on YouTube as well. Please join us there at Citadel of Life 3, and then you will see you'll see our logo behind us. Listen, I understand that a lot of stuff on Facebook is deleted after 30 days, and that's a bummer. So that is a bummer, but you can, anything we've done on Facebook, you can view it on YouTube. Do me a favor on YouTube at our page at Citadel of Life 3. You will see our logo. Definitely do me a favor, those that subscribe here, follow me over to YouTube. Follow me over to YouTube and subscribe. There you will get everything is there from day one, from our inception up until now. Wow, it is coming up to a year that we have been doing the Citadel experience, and God has been faithful. God has been good to us. Coming up on a year, we have been working, we have been grinding for the kingdom, and I am proud of where God has taken us this far, and looking forward to what God will do in the immediate future. Listen, let's go to work. Let's go to work. Psalms 96. Psalms 96 is where we want our sermonic thought to come from on this morning. Psalm 96, I'm just going to lift two verses 1 and 2. It reads it like this: Oh, sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord, all ye earth. Sing to the Lord. Bless his name. Proclaim the good news of his salvation from day to day. I want to talk this morning from this thought: keep singing your song. Keep singing your song. Our Heavenly Father, how we thank you for another chance to preach your word, not for shape, form, or fashion, nor for an outside show. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. And all of God's people said together, amen. Keep singing your song. Over this, my house, our house rather, is a musical house. Whereas my wife has sung locally, also sings professionally. I got a little voice. My mother made me take singing lessons as a kid, and sometimes it has paid off. So I'm one of the ones that can sing. I can direct, all that good stuff. And in this house, we are exposed to all types of music. Where we're listening to gospel, we're listening to R&B. There's some classical. We listen to neo soul every now and again. So we're all we are all um, we are all victims of music. I should say we're all um, we are we are musical to a certain extent. As we divide gospel music, we yeah I'm here, and here's where we veer off. Co-pastor likes CCM and quartet, and whereas I like these days I like traditional, and some where she likes praise teams, and both are great. I'm a choir guy. I love choirs. I like hymns. I like anthems. I just like a good choir, a good rock, and a good clap. But all of it is to glorify God. Um, I was looking. I was on YouTube on this morning. Was kind of wired for some reason, and I was looking at the Preachers of LA. If we remember that show, as we were, if you remember that show, maybe about 5 or 10 years ago, uh, came up on a segment from Bishop Clarence McClendon was speaking to his oldest son, and he was a musician, and he told him to use his gift to the glory of God and keep singing his song. He says, I've exposed you all. He says, I've had a lot of, I exposed you all to a lot of things that I was not allowed to other than gospel. But if God has given you that gift, you ought to use it to glorify God. Even it might sometimes be in the secular world. Even if you're in the secular world, uh, your song should be to uplift somebody, to encourage them, and not to tear them down. Not to tear them down. Your song should be a ministry. Your song should be a ministry of encouragement to, because you never know what the person that's listening to your stuff may be going through. That might be the one that song may be the one that may have stopped someone from committing suicide. Your song may have gotten them out of depression. That song may have gotten them out of the dark place into somewhat of life. Uh, but I like, I love to sing God's praises. Went through some stuff, going through some notes, and then I was on my Apple Music, and I found a song. I found a song by Jennifer Holliday, which was a powerful song. She said, "Give us this day our daily bread. You said you would supply all of our needs according to your riches." Says, "I have but to ask, and I shall receive, to go from here and share this love you gave to me, to show someone who's lost and cannot find their way, the way to truth and faith, so they can be free like me." What powerful words from such a vessel. I have to be honest, I've been preaching a good while now, and there are some moments when I go to events and just want to sit in a corner and be normal. But every time I see, every time my wife and I go somewhere where it's a it's a service or a concert. My wife always has a song to sing. I've come to discover as 15 years of ministering in the army of the Lord, ministering and just a short time of pastoring, I found out that when you work for the Lord, there are no days off, that you are always on duty. In the time of our text this morning, we look at this 96 Psalms. This Psalms was delivered by the hands of Asaph and his brother, as it appears to be penned by David. Y'all do know David is a psalmist in his own right. And I know for the last few weeks, ever since we've been dealing with the Psalms, they've been either an anonymous Psalms or they have been a Psalm of David. But in this case, David here has had a rest. But we know David, no matter what his imperfections are, David is a psalmist. This Psalms is a part of which was delivered unto the hands of Asaph and his brethren. First Chronicles chapter 16, verse 7. Read it on your own time. It appears that both David and his was the penman, and if it had to be a reference to bringing it up, the Ark of the City of David, whether that long psalm was made first and this after was taken out of it, or this was made first and afterwards was borrowed to make up, it's not certain. But this is certain, that though it was sung at a translation of an ark, it looks further to the kingdom of Christ that's designed to celebrate the glory of the kingdom, especially the accession of the Gentiles to it. People are wondering today, why should you sing? Why should you keep singing your song? Why is it that you why should you? Let me back up here. No matter what life throws at you, you should never let anybody take your song away. No matter what you go through, you should still have a song in your heart. Sometimes in our lives, all we have is a song. All we have is a song in our heart. Sometimes sometimes a song in our heart is the one that's gonna carry us through. There's been some times in my life where I did not know how I was gonna get through whatever it is I was gonna go through. And a melody just came in my head that the Lord will make a way somehow. Beloved, no matter what you go through, no matter what life deals with you, never lose your song. Preacher, why should you never lose your song? Because number one, it's a mandate. It's a mandate on your life. Watch the text. He says, look at verse 1. He says, sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord all the earth. Look at the text. He didn't say talk it, but he said sing it. He didn't say He didn't say nothing about having a conversation about it, but he said sing. He said nothing about mumbling, but he said it's a mandate to sing. The commandment was to sing. The text says, sing unto the Lord a new song. You ought to have a song. If God has called you, if God has, if God has brought you out and brought you over and brought you through and brought you under, if He's made a way of escape for you, you ought to have a song to sing. You ought to be singing through many dangers, toils, and snares. I've already come. It was grace that brought me safe this far, and grace will lead me on. If God has brought you over, if you've survived the test of time, you ought to have a song. You ought to have a song that love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. If God has brought you over, if God has brought you through, if you have survived the cantankerous times of life, you ought to have a song in your heart. If God has brought you over, if He's brought you through, if He's brought you under, if you felt like the weight of the world is on your shoulder, it may seem like that you're giving up and giving out, but the mandate is that you've got to hold on. It seems like it seems like breakthrough would never come, but child of God, I the mandate is for you to hold on to His hand. Number one is not only is a mandate, He tells us, but He tells us it's a mandate and gives instructions. He gives us on how to keep singing our song. Uh, Listen, He says, sing to the Lord. Not only sing to the Lord, but you bless His name and proclaim the good news of salvation. So, in other words, it ought to be a testimony. It ought to be a testimony. It ought to be you ought to be able to tell somebody about a living Christ. I ought to have a witness here when that you ought to be able. It's not so much for the world. It's not so much for. It's not to give to a world. It is not. You should not be for a worldly crowd, but your gift when you sing, it ought to be unto the Lord. You ought to give praises to the Lord, and not only give praises to the Lord, but proclaim his good news, or claim his news, and of his salvation from day to day. So every day, from you put one foot in front of the other of a song. Uh, Everyone ought to have a song. You ought to have a song. You ought to have a song. You ought to have a song in your heart, because God has been too good. He made these open doors. People keep singing your song because keep singing too much. Keep singing your song because you heard about things he's done. Keep singing because you've been through too much. So anything that you've seen, anything that you've heard, you don't mind telling what you've seen and what you've heard. My song is, I've seen the lightning flashing. I've heard the thunder roar. I felt sin breakers dashing, trying to conquer my soul. But I heard the voice of Jesus telling me to still fight on, because he promised never to leave me alone. Beloved, kind friends, keep singing your song. Keep on singing that the Lord will make a way. You keep singing your song, telling a dying world that the joy that you have, the world didn't give it to you. Keep singing your song, because keep singing your song, because your somebody's fate is in your hand. Keep singing your song, because one Friday he did it all for us. Keep singing the joy you have, the world did not give it to you. Sing a charge to keep and God to glorify. Sing testimony that God has been to you. I'm so glad, beloved. I'm so glad, friends, that I can keep singing the Lord's song, because one Friday he did it all for me. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross. He died, friends. Didn't he die? He died, but then he didn't stay in the grave. He rose with all power in his hands. That's why, friends, beloved, that's why you can always keep singing your song. You ought to have a song to sing. I know my song. What's your song? God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. I hope and pray that this experience this morning will encourage you. Keep singing your song. Don't let nobody shut you up, because nobody knows your testimony but you. Nobody knows how good God has been but you. Nobody knows the assignment that's on your life like you. Don't let nobody muzzle you. Don't let I got a friend. I got all of that and so on. Listen. Before we I want to thank you for continuing to support us during this great experience. I want to those that want to give, please feel free to avail yourself to our Cash App, which is the money symbol Citadel of Life number 3, the money symbol Citadel of Life 3. You can give there any amount, great or small. It will advance this. Also, drop us a line at Citadel of Life 3 at gmail.com. Citadel of Life 3 at gmail.com. Once again, I am honored, I am privileged that you have chosen to uh, and hour and then uh, 65 on friends. Uh, the 4 hour 7 p.m. of life experience. Listen, until I see you again, I am Pastor P, bidding you a very good Sunday. Be safe out there. Be safe out there. Those that's on their way to church, be safe. Don't forget to keep singing your song. God bless you. May heaven smile upon you is our prayer. And don't forget to live life and live it abundantly. Peace, peace.